Okay, now 5 and 7 notes. Like I said, that one is a little bit more complex to work with the metronome, because the metronome that I got doesn't have 7 or 5 subdivision. You know, I can subdivide in 3, I can subdivide in 2, I can subdivide in 4, but above that, I can't. So basically what I do is I take the speed, the fastest speed that I got on the metronome, which is 250 beats per minute, and then I play in 5/4. So that gives me this. So that's it. So it's slow. It's true. It's slow. But that's what you need at the beginning. You just need that at the beginning to practice your steadiness on it. You know, it doesn't have to do with how fast you can go at the beginning. It's all has to do with how steady you're playing. Remember that. Now the 7, I'll do the same thing. Fastest speed, 250, and then I'm gonna put it in. Oops, I'm gonna play it in 7/4. So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. So 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, as you can see by, as you can hear by my accent, I'm French. My main language is French. So, sometime in English I have problem to count like 7, because you got 7, 2 syllables. In French it's just 1. So if I want to count 7 really fast, I'm going to count it in French, because it's all 1 syllable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7 at high speed sometimes, it screw me up a little bit. So I'm going to count it in French. In my head, for you, I'm going to count it in English. And if you speak English, probably it's not a problem for you to count 7 or even 11, where you got 3 syllables this time. So that one is even harder for me. So I count it in French, because in French is 11, 1 syllable. Okay, so sorry about that. My memory card was full, so I had to put another memory card in the camera. So we'll keep going. So before we stop, I was explaining why I count 7 in French, because of the syllable and the whole thing there. But like I said, if you speak English, if English is your main language, you won't have any problems with that. You won't have the problem that I have. Okay, so try to imagine when I try to count 11. It's even worse. So yeah. So I count it in French because it makes more sense. It's easier for me. So force of habit. Okay, now what we're going to do, like I said in the beginning of the video, I said, okay, those are drum rolls, but you can apply them in a drum beat or a song or something like that, you know. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to play a little bit with 6 and 8. And notice that the 8, I'm going to play it over a beat and a half. The 6, I'm going to play it in the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. as the 8 is more 1, 2, pa. I'm going to play 2 over pow, 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 over 3 beats because each goes on a beat and a half. So I got, and so I place 2 8 notes within 3 beats, if that makes sense. So you're going to hear, when I'm playing it, you're going to hear it. So I'm going to play, okay, I'm going to put the metronome at 170. I'm going to try it at 170, and I'm going to play a little bit with 6 and 8. I'm playing 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8 on the 4. So it gives me 4 bars on the metronome. Make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a song that I recorded with my with my group Shades of Sorrow on our previous album that came out a few years back. I did post a song, Soul Hyperdrive, that I played, that I recorded on this album. I posted maybe a couple of weeks ago. And there's another song on this album. It's called Hot Summer Night. And I play a beat, something like this. So that's a 6, but because the song is faster than that, you know, I'm going to play the 6 over a beat and a half. So instead of going pa, 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 go pa, 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 pa. So I play the 6 over a beat and a half. So that's what I do, and then later in the song, well, that's the end of the song. There's a so then I play 5 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I play both those drum rolls by the end, in the end of the song. That's basically the outro. And transition for the 6. for that song, I use both the 6 and the 5. So, like I said, you can use that for song, solo, transition. There's a bunch of things that you can do with that. It's not only just for solo or just for, I mean, you can use that for there's a lot of application for that. Of course, like everything else, use it when the music is calling for it. Don't use that in, if you got a gig and you're playing at a wedding reception and you're playing a dance song, don't use that in the middle of the song. That's not gonna fly, So keep it for when the music calls for it. Make sense? So again, one more time, just gonna go a little bit over what we've seen. 4 notes, 5 notes, 6 notes, 7, and 8. Eight and 7, 6, go, come back, 5, and 4. So remember, you want to keep it steady. There's no point if, and earlier in the video, what I did is that I put like my metronome. I play my metronome at 250, and then I practice the 5 and the 7. Well, when you're done with that, you can actually say, okay, let's slow it down. I'm going to put it at 70 beats per minute, 70 beats per minute, and I'm going to play just accent here. Note. I'm going to try the 7 there. So it took me a while to center myself in, but after that I had it, So those are stuff that you need to practice too. When your metronome, of course, if your metronome, you can subdivide in 5, you can subdivide in 7. Well, you can actually put it at a fairly slow tempo and get your 7 and practice it, and then take the subdivision and just keep the quarter note. So, faster with the 5 too. So, you have to practice it with the metronome. Make sure that you practice it with the metronome so you know that you're on it. Okay. Again, sorry, this time it's the battery that went out on me. I had to put a new battery, another battery in the camera to finish that video, if I ever finish it. Anyway, so basically I showed you everything that had to do with the lesson today. So like I said, I repeat, go slow at the beginning, take your time, go very gradually. Remember, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 notes. Take it easy, go slow, start with the more simple one. Obviously the 4 and 6 note will be a little bit easier, and then attack the other ones. Okay? So that's it for today. If you want, you can leave a comment on the video, underneath the video, or if you have questions, remember, I will be glad to answer the question that you have if you have some. So have fun with that one, and don't forget, leave a comment. I like to hear your feedback. Thank you. See you next time.